Hey everybody, welcome back to a little bit more Diablo 2 streaming. Let's turn that background music down a little bit. Hope you all had a good finals week. I know there was a lot going on for most of you over the last week or so. Certainly if you're one of my students in UC San Diego, it was probably pretty busy. I'm also pretty busy. Plenty of grading to do, but a little break on a Saturday. Play a little bit of D2 always helps out. So I thought that's what I would do. If you remember where we picked up last time, there was a problem with our sorceress not saving the information that we had, which was obviously problematic. I think I have fixed that. We did end up losing about 11 levels. We were like 41 or 42 around the time that the saving problems started happening. So we did temporarily go back down to 30, but separate, I did a little bit of leveling. I don't know. I won't say which meeting there was that I had some time to do a little bit of leveling, but there was a meeting last week where I was able to do some leveling, and I got us back up to 45. We're still short on some of the runes. We did have that nice Io rune that we ended up losing, but that's okay. I would also point out that if you take a look at the rune list sort of underneath me down there, we have pretty much all of the runes we need for a while, except our 2 soul runes. So the plan for today is to do some Countess runs, try and pick up at least 1 soul rune, maybe 2. One of the soul runes is for us. It's going to go in a helm along with one of our Ort runes. But we also want to pick up a 4-socket shield. Or sorry, not a 4-socket shield, a 4-socket sword. Because we have the other set of runes, which we picked up an Am rune previously. Which is going to be, let's see, Tal, Thal, Ort, Am. Let's put a Thal right there. So that particular rune word here, Tal, Thal, Ort, Am, we're going to throw that into a 4 open socket sword, and that's going to give us a spirit rune word, which will end up rolling some faster cast rate, so it'll roll between 25 and 35 FCR. It'd be great if we would get up to 35, because that would let us replace some equipment, but we've already got 20 on our globe, so at the very least, it's going to do better than what we've got for a faster cast rate, but it's also going to add a boatload of mana and +2 to skills. So a spirit shield or a spirit sword is really going to help us out, and then we will end up replacing our skull cap. Like I said, if we find that soul rune, we'll put an Ort soul on there, and then depending on how far we can get, if we find all of that stuff, we'll make it over into Act 2 and grab a mercenary, and we will put a I can't even remember the name. Not Infinity. What's the one with the cloud? Anyway, it'll look like we're walking around with a cloud on. I never remember the name of that rune word. Let me think. Insight. It's a polearm. Which will help us. It'll give us some much faster mana recovery, which will be nice. And then our mercenary will also have a Holy Freeze aura on him. Hey, Winston, you want to come up? We may be joined by Winston, too. You want to come up, Winston? Come on. Let's go. Come on. Okay. Here's Winston. Winston says he's going to play with us, too. Hop over under your bed, but there you go. Okay. Ready to rock and roll, Winston? Okay. What's wrong, buddy? Is your tooth hurt? Winston's got to go to the vet. Unfortunately, Winston is not very nice to people he doesn't know. So they're going to have to knock him out so that they can take care of his little tooth. It's been bothering him. It's okay, buddy. It'll feel better. Good. Still a little hurt. Yeah, I know. Okay, he seems to be okay now. You want to smell? What do you smell? Coffee? Okay. Oh, little cough there from Winston. All right, so we'll run a few Countess runs here. Hopefully we can pick up a soul rune, at least one soul rune. I think we'll stop when we get one soul rune. And then we're going to go farm cows over in normal to try to get ourselves a 4-open socket sword. Because that will end up, in the long run, helping us a lot to get that spirit rune word. So now that we're also 45, we can also use some new weapons. So we upgraded our, not really a weapon, just a new attack. So now we're using Frozen Orb, which is ultimately going to be something that we stick with for probably, I don't know, I tend to use it for the whole game. What's wrong, Winston? You want to get under your blanket? Come here. We'll set it up. There you go. Up under your blanket, bud. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? How's that? Is that comfy? Okay. Winston's better now. Yep, same character as last time. Good to see you again, Paradox. So we'll keep an eye out for, like, that would be nice if that was a sword, but we can randomly pick up 4-socket stuff while we're out here. It's just kind of unlikely. What's wrong, Winston? Winston is trying to decide where he wants to sit, and his favorite spot to sit is on the keyboard. So we have to convince him not to sit on the keyboard. That's kind of nice. 2 clasped orbs there. So this is now Nightmare difficulty, which the Countess can drop, I think, up to Io Rune. The last time that we had grabbed that Io Rune, I had commented that that was a pretty high drop. I don't know if she can actually go higher than Io Rune, but at any rate, Io Rune is a pretty good drop. Soul Rune should be a lot easier for her to drop. But we'll also kill any of the boss backs that we have around here. Money is a little bit less important now. Just because we don't... really all we need to do right now is just buy potions. And we're doing okay. We've got, I think, 300k, something like that. The one thing that we have to do a little bit different with Frozen Orb than what we would have to do with some of our other spells is time it a little bit more. Because Frozen Orb has a cast delay on it. So you'll notice after I cast Frozen Orb like that, my spells go red for a brief moment. I think it's like 1.5 seconds. Something like that. It doesn't actually, does it say over here? No, it doesn't say how long it is, but it's only about a second or so it's not that big of a problem. Given where we are, Tower, it's not bad, we'll take it. We don't really need to mess around with static field, but static field is something of a problem in the sense that it's not quite as good as it used to be. When we were at Normal, we could take static field and hit the enemies for it, and they would go all the way down to basically nothing. These two are mostly just trash. Whereas in Nightmare level, it only goes down to, I think either 25 or 33%. I don't remember exactly what the limit is. Oh, we did find, too, some nice gloves called chance cards, or chances. They roll a range of magic find on there, and we got a 39, which is not too bad. But that brings our overall magic find up to about 70, which is why it's kind of nice to kill some of those boss groups that are around here. Because at 70 magic find, you've got a decent chance of actually dropping something fair from each of these. So it's nice to just kind of poke through some of them. It doesn't really cost us too much. Because at this point we're fairly over-leveled compared to the stuff that's around us, so it's pretty easy to kill most of it. So we don't really lose any time killing these random boss fights. Especially with teleport. Because we can just skip by anything we don't want to kill. And then head over here. There's another Am rune, which is just sort of a random drop, and another Am rune, which sadly we don't really need any more Am runes, but nice enough that they would drop anyway. We can make some okay weapons with them if we were a melee character. We could make a couple of different weapons. There's some, like a strength rune word could be made out of it. I think though we could, if we get another Am rune, that will be enough to get us a soul rune, because we can upgrade those. Let's take a look over here. I'm over on the Ariat Summit. Where'd my other Am rune go? Am. Ariat Summit's been a little bit slow lately, so we'll just keep playing while it decides whether it wants to come back to us. There it goes. Yeah, so 3 Am runes will get us a soul, and I think we need like a chipped gem for it. What are the upgrades? 3 Ams and a chipped amethyst. So let's go see. I've been saving those chipped gems for a while. It would be easy enough, but cool. There's a chipped amethyst. So that's an alternate to finding a soul rune, is if we find one more Am rune, we can dump the 3 of those together along with an amethyst. Actually, what gives us an Am? 3 thulls. We don't have enough thull runes. Okay. So now we can finish farming Countess if we get either an Am rune or a soul rune. Both of those would be fine. Sadly, the green ring here is just going to be trash. There are no good set rings. Oh. Longbow. Not going to help us. Not enough. Problem of the ages, really. Flawless diamond, not really going to help us that much, but we'll keep it. L rune, shale rune's not bad, and a rare ring. That's not a bad drop. We're just going to pitch that. Okay. I have trouble throwing stuff away. I don't think we actually need a shale rune for anything, though. I mean, it's a nice one to have. Another good one if you're a melee character, but I don't think we need it.
Hello.
But we'll hold on to it.
Yes?
Let's see, life, 6 MF, 19 mana. It's not bad for a level 10 ring. We'll hold on to it in case we ever have a... want to start a melee character. I will say, I did mention a minute ago, the green ring is guaranteed to be trash. That one's not, like, by itself entirely trash. Like, Angelic Halo doesn't do much for us on its own, but if we ever find the amulet, having angelic pieces is really nice because you'll get tons and tons of attack rating with it, which for a melee character can be really good. So it's not entirely garbage. By itself it is, but it can form a pretty decent set. Boy, that level 2's off. Excuse you. Got a ring. Oops. Wrong button. Who's shooting me? Just hanging out in the middle there shooting. Hey, look at that. Soul Rune. We're done. That was easy enough. Long staff might sell for something. Yeah, lightning mastery might sell for something. Okay, so we're gonna switch out of nightmare and we're gonna go back to normal. Let's see, what do I want to do? I don't think I need to do anything here, but we're gonna keep our soul rune. Actually, we can go ahead and put that on right now. Let me double check the rune word. Nope. Sorry about the loud ding right there. Let's see, what were you in? Over here is Ort plus... There it is, a lore helm. Yeah, Ort plus soul. Where'd you go, Ort rune? I know we have one here. I swear, I know I've got another Ort rune somewhere. There it is. Ort soul. So we get a nice simple circlet. It's going to give us 1 to all skills and 10 to energy and some lightning res. The 2 to mana per kill doesn't hurt, nor does the damage reduced by 7. It's just a nice, middle of the road helm that we're going to wear for quite a while. Plus I like the look. The character I think looks better with a circlet than a helm. Oops, I forgot everything's worth absolutely nothing. Back in normal. So what we're going to do is farm cows now to try to get ourselves a 4 open socket sword, which is perfectly fine, except it's actually kind of hard to see the drops in the cow level, because we're going to up this to about players 3 if we can manage it, so that we get lots and lots of drops. I should keep in mind too that another AM rune is going to help us, because we still need 1 more soul rune for the eventual weapon for our Act 2 mercenary. At the moment we don't really need it, but eventually we're going to want another AM rune or another soul rune, one of the two. Let's see, I got to remember how we get there. Stony Field. We need to poke around for the stones again. Here's our stones. Hop into Tristram. We're going to go to the other side of Tristram and get Wirt's leg. And now we're going to take Wirt's leg and put it inside of our cube along with a tome. And then we'll transmute that. And now we will go to the secret cow level. Oh, let's up this to... Let's try players 5 and see if we can kill stuff. I mean, we can definitely kill stuff on players 1. So all we're looking for with players 5 is lots of drops. Right, we want ultimately to find any 4-socket sword, which is going to, well, not any 4-socket sword. We need either a 4-socket broadsword or a 4-socket crystal shield. One of those two. 5 is a little bit, I mean, I guess we're doing okay. Nothing's really surviving more than about 2 or 3 shots. Along the way, we'll pick up stuff like charms and amulets and stuff like that, because we still don't have all of the stuff that we would want in terms of charms and amulets and stuff. But mostly, we're just looking to kind of pack these guys together, send an orb through them, pick up charms and stuff like that as it drops. I'm not teleporting as much, just because I don't want to buy lots and lots of potions. Two-handed sword, gothic shield, Chris, demon hide sash, nothing else that we want, but there's a couple of mana potions in there we can go and pick up. Superior mace, rare gauntlets, flail.
I am overburdened.
I don't think we can actually put it in a flail. I think it's got to be a sword. I've never heard of anybody putting it in a flail, so I somehow doubt that we can put it in a flail. Yeah, I think players 5 is doing okay for us. I see plenty of... Actually, we should take off our magic find gear. Because we don't want any magic find. There's a little ith rune sticking around in there. Because whenever you have magic find on, it increases the chances of the drop being magic instead of basic. And we just need a basic one. So I'm actually just going to take those off. So that we don't have to worry about it. I think we had one more piece of magic find gear on. It's only 13%. Is that the only one that we have? What else has magic find on? One of our rings, maybe? Oh, our amulet has 18. Yeah, let's take that off too. We actually want as low a magic find as possible out here. There's an open socket sword. We're actually going to pick up that pole axe too. Do I have... Let's see if I can drop some junk here. Yeah, we don't need those. Keep that. I want to be able to pick up that poleaxe because we're going to keep an eye out for a 4 open socket poleaxe as well. I don't actually know if a 4 open socket poleaxe can drop in here, but we'll keep an eye out for it. Because that will be a good weapon for our mercenary. Really, any 4 open socket polearm. It didn't have to be a poleaxe specifically. That's what we're going to do. Hatchet hands, longstaff, warhammer, mace. Hopefully we'll have to do, I'm guessing maybe like 5-6 runs of the cows to get our sword. There is another option too. If we ever find a plain one in here, we can go take that and socket it. And so I might, if we get, really depressed, we might do that. Tier rune, I don't really need a tier rune. us out a little bit. Let's see, what did you get? Nothing. Mace. Axe. Let's see, pack over here. Nothing. Oh, it's just a light man. Another tier room. Nothing so far. Battle axe, smoke sphere, plate mail.
I can't carry
We'll
anymore.
at least grab that smoke sphere, see if it's anything good. Nope. Lol. Bum, bum. Giant sword. Giant sword's close. But we need a broadsword or a crystal sword. Wrist blade. Heavy boots. Composite bow. Short spear, flail again. Nothing. I think that's the last of the enemies that we've got out here. Yep. Okay. We'll come back. I gotta remember to hit normal.
Yes.
See if any of those charms came to be anything good. Dexterity, dexterity, gold, gold, 8 to life, elemental, dexterity, damage, nothing, nothing. And a Rowren. I think maybe going forward we won't do quite as many of those pickups just because they take up time and space. I thought that's where the... Oh,
I
way
need
over here.
mana.
Yeah, there it is. Bum, bum, bum.
Hello.
Open another cow level here. Throw that-
Impossible.
Oh, do I have stuff in there? Oh, right, my stuff. Yeah, let's take this out. We'll just put it over in our stash. We're never going to wear it while we're fighting these particular guys. I guess we'll just throw those on for no reason other than something to wear. Put that in there, and then go over to Act 4 and grab some more potions.
What do you need?
I need a tome, thank you. Okay. I don't know if I can open it here or not.
I can't use this yet.
Nope. Gotta go back to Act 1 to open that. Ta-da. Cool. Round 2. Socketed flail. That can help us. Damage crown. There's a pike sitting in there. Let's see the socketed pike. Scale mail. So I'm looking specifically for gray items because those will be socketed. So we're looking for gray swords, either a gray crystal sword or a gray broadsword. Large axe. think from now on too, we'll just pick up the small charms. I don't think a large charm is going to have anything that we need on it right now. Jewels, we don't really need a jewel for anything. They do eventually become useful for crafting stuff, and then when you need them, it's kind of annoying to have to go find them because they don't drop. Broadsword, are we going to get lucky? Is that the sword we need? And 2 socket. Close. It's got to be 4 socket. Winston's comfortable. He's snoring now, so that's good. Morningstar, battle axe. Longsword, I don't think can actually get 4 sockets. We'll pick it up. Short bow. Grand charm. Like I said, we're not going to bother with the large charms anymore, but we will get grand charms because they can have some decent stuff. Oh, now there's gray broadsword. What do we got? Grand charm is crap.
I am overburdened.
Check another grand charm. 7 defense. Maybe we're just gonna stop with the grand charms too. Broadsword is it's ethereal. Ethereal 2 socket. We wouldn't want to use an ethereal one anyway because it would break. Although we never really attack anything. I'm not sure if it would actually break for us. Since we're not attacking anything. But I'd rather just not take a chance. If it were to drop 4 socket and ethereal, I would pick it up. And we would hold on to it. Just in case. Because I would really rather not use a socket quest on our sword. Although that's not the end of the world. If we wanted to do that just to kind of get it out of the way. I just feel like there's other things I would like to use a socket quest on, other rare drops, or I should say unique drops, that would be a better use of a socket quest. Barbed club, composite bow, broad axe. Amulet, stuff, blah blah blah. Cow King. Huh, Cow King drops some okay stuff. Angelic Saber. And I can't remember whose headpiece that is. Which we're not going to use as like weapons or anything, but just in the interest of collecting all the items in the game. Good to have those as drops. Battle Staff, War Scepter. You know, I always want 4 socket War Scepters, and I've never had one, so let's see if that is 4 sockets or not. We can't use it, but 2 socket. Halberd, Amethyst, blah 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 blah. Grand Charm. I think we're gonna start skipping the Grand Charms because there's just nothing of value to a Grand Charm. Kite Shield. Amulets. Amulets. Display. Okay, looks like round 2. Round 2 wasn't bad. We did have 2 socketed broadswords in there, which is nice. We're gonna pick up that crown shield, see if it's any res. Nope. In case we ever wanted to make a paladin. Okie dokie. We'll try round 3. Round 3 it is. Usually there's more music than this. Identify some stuff. And we'll drop off. Make another page for our jewel collection here. Which is for no reason other than someday we will want jewels if we ever want to craft stuff. And like I said earlier, it's just kind of annoying to try to find when you need them. So there's our angelic and our arcana, which again, we're never going to wear those, but in the interest of collecting all the items in the game, we want those. Go over to Act 4, we'll stock up on some potions.
Greetings.
And a tome. Cool. We'll head over and grab another foot, another leg from work.
I need mana.
Don't need any of those. My eyes stopped it. Arrows. I'm gonna pick up that Grand Scepter. Because like I said, I'm always... Oh, those can only be 3 seconds. Cudgel. Don't need a cudgel. Wrist blade. Maul. Double axe. Another flail. Ooh, another broadsword. Gray broadsword. Let's see what it is. Broadsword is... Oh, 3 seconds. Close. Grab that jewel. Haven't seen any crystal swords yet. Crystal sword, like, looks the best. There's... Broadsword will get the job done. Like, it will make 0 difference in terms of how effective we are. But a crystal sword definitely looks better. Oops, teleported right into that path. Composite bow. Blade damage. Might as well kill a captain. Nothing. War staff. Nice. Is that a unique mace down there? Sure does look like one. We don't need the unique mace for anything, but it's an amazing starting weapon for any kind of melee character. I mean, not just a starting weapon, like that could be a weapon that you keep for a pretty decent chunk of your melee early career. It is called Crush Flange. It is, if you're running melee, that is like the best. If you're trying to run melee and speed run, Crush Flange is the best drop that you can possibly get for a weapon. At least in the normal run, right? If you're going further than normal, there's obviously better weapons than that. Although I don't think any characters actually run melee as part of their speedrun, unless they have to. If they all end up figuring out some way to do a magic spell to do their damage, just because melee is not good. Diablo 2. It's not that it's not good, it's just hard to play, because it's kind of annoying to have to worry about things like hit percentage and that kind of stuff. Whereas spells always hit, which is kind of unfair of the spells. Let's check everything back here. Arbalest, damage 4 sword, ring amulet, Yuan, blah blah blah. Mace, axe, longsword. Longsword can't be 4 sockets. Longsword. Scale mail. Scythe, battle dart. War scepter, like I said. I'm always interested in a 4-socket war scepter because I've never actually come across one. But that's not one. Put our potions in.
I need
A bad move to just teleport right into the middle of them and run out of mana. Dum, dum, dum. Military pick, not quite what we need. Hey, there's a unique scythe sitting down in there. Surprisingly good unique drops for 0 enough. Mildly impressive. But I think that'll do it for round 3, and we will head off to round 4 now. Not bad though, right? I mean, in 3 runs we've had 3 broadswords. We've had 2 2-sockets and a 3-socket. I feel like we're closing in on it. Hopefully a couple more runs here. And that'll be that. I think we can stop picking up Tau runes at this point. We don't really need any more Tau runes. But we'll just keep throwing our junk jewels over here. Honestly, we're pretty much done with jewels too. Like, we're not going to need any more jewels for quite a long time. But we did pick up, like I said, a Crush Flange and a Soul Harvest. They're not terrible. We're never going to use them. We're just collecting items. I mean, we could end up using that Crush Flange if we ever start a melee character, because it is really good. That was a rare ring. Probably no good given where it dropped, but it doesn't take much to be better than what we've got, so we will grab it.
Yes.
Identify that. Chuck it in here. Go to Act 4 and stock up on some potions again. So this is our 4th cow run.
What do you need?
Hopefully we'll get it within 5. Hopefully. Was the ring any good? Not. I mean, at least it got some stats. Unfortunately, all of those stats are junk. Not the worst ring that we've ever had, though. Grab another tome and head back to Act 1. Let's see if the 4th one can help us. said, we're skipping the jewels now. We're pretty much just looking for interesting things plus swords. We're not really going to pick up most of the other stuff. We do need a 4-socket pole arm, so we'll keep an eye out for that too. Brain scepter. Hey, heavy gloves. Brain ooh, there's a crystal sword. Socketed crystal sword. Or at least a gray one. It could be ethereal. But we will check it out. Bum, bum, bum. Let's pick up those heavy gloves. We don't need the heavy gloves, but actually I think we've already got a Sanders. We'll have to double check. I'm not sure if I already have a Sanders or not. Okay. Well, let's grab that crystal sword. And 3-socket. Close. I don't think we need the rest of that. Grab that. Potion sitting in there. You know, I should double check that we're actually in an area where a 4-open socket could drop. Because that would kind of sting. But I'm pretty sure we can find it. But after this run, we will double check. Because now we've had 2 3-sockets and 2 2-sockets. Yeah, I think we have to, because if Larzak can socket it and it can get 4 open sockets from a Larzak quest, then it should just be able to drop as 4 open sockets. Because it would have to have the same item level. Broadsword. Come back for that broadsword here in a second. I don't feel like the idea of that cow watching me the whole time. Broadsword, where'd you go? And 3-socket. Like, it's just kind of suspicious we keep getting 3-socket. But I am like 99% sure that we can get a 4-socket from the chemist. Amulets. Blah, 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 blah. Anything in all of that junk? Not anything. Stag bow, war scepters, blah 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 blah. Superman pot.
Move.
Hike. Don't need that. What was that? Circlet. We don't need a circlet. Chip topaz. Don't need it. Military pick, studded leather, definitely. Unraveler head, spike shield. Crossbow. still not bad drops that time. There were two. We had both a crystal sword and a broadsword drop socketed on that one. So seems like we're averaging about 1 per run, maybe 2. Last couple of runs we've had 2, but I remember those first ones we didn't have any. So still not bad though. By far not the most difficult thing that we would ever have to find in the game. But I think that's it for round 4. But I want to take a second here and just drink a little bit of coffee and make sure that I understand socketed items here. Experience levels, that's not what I want. Gems, jewels, runes, normal items. Number 2, number of sockets. Close the ad. Let's see here. Number of sockets depends on the level of the monster that drops the item. Most of the time, up to 3 on normal. Blah 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 blah. Normal. Let's see here. Blah blah blah. Normal swords. Oh, actually, longswords can have 4 sockets. They just require a little bit of dexterity to use, which is probably why nobody uses longswords, but we'll at least pick them up. Actually, how much dexterity? They need 39 dex. Yeah, it's a little bit of a waste to put that much dex in there just to use them. Here we go. I was looking for a table, which is what we want. So everything in here, let's see here, down to area level. Everything in the cow level, I think, is 28. Good God, the ads are terrible. Whoever decided a pop-up ad is a good thing is just a complete moron. Let's see, cow. Secret cow level is 28. Eye level 26. And we need broadsword. Yep, so broadsword can drop 4. How about a crystal sword? Yep, and a crystal can drop 4 as well. So we are in an appropriate area, because the area level is 28, and we need to be at least, drop an item level of at least 26 in order to get 4 sockets. So it should be able to drop 4 sockets out here. I know, right? Every time, if I see a pop-up ad, I immediately don't want to buy anything from your company. We do already have Sanders, so we don't need Sanders. Just throw these here. We'll go grab ourselves another foot, leg, whatever. Or leather armor. Come here, go. Head over to Act 4, grab some more potions and another book. You alright, Winston? You doing good? Okay, he's comfy now. Grab a book, throw the book in here, throw the leg in there, stock up on potions. Just throw those in there. Head back to Act 1. Open the portal, and off we go. Okay, round 5. Hopefully we'll get it on round 5. We've had some pretty good, I would say some pretty good luck. Granted, better luck would be if you actually found the thing. But we've had about, what, 5 of them drop? 6 of them drop? Which is pretty good. Like, they not only dropped the right item, but they dropped socket lid too, which is hard enough. They didn't just drop plain. But I think at this point we'll start keeping an eye out for just normal ones. There's another 3 socket. Okay, there's another socketed broadsword, or at least a gray broadsword. Kill these cows and then come back and grab that broadsword. And 2 socket.
I can't carry anymore.
I think it's evenly weighted, the number of sockets, so we just happen to be getting bad luck, getting 2s and 3s. Like I think because you can have 4 sockets on there, it's a 1 in 4 chance to get however many sockets are in there. But I could be dead wrong there. But I'm pretty sure that's the way. Dirk over there.
I need mana.
Bum, bum, bum. Breastplate, don't need that. Heraldic. I'm at least going to pick up that Heraldic shield, because occasionally those can be really good for paladins if they've got some open sockets and some res, which that one has neither, so didn't help us. What was that? Oh, that was our heraldic shield. Bone shield. You know, we're gonna grab that bone shield too, and actually that pike, just to double check. If it's a 2 socket bone shield, there could be a time where we would want to put something into a 2 socket bone shield. Did I already pick up that pike? I don't know. Oh no, there were 2 of them.
I am overburdened.
Bone shield, 1 socket. There's another rune word that gives cannot be frozen and some magic find in a shield, which I don't know if we would ever need unless we're trying to like up our magic find to do some magic finding. But it's not a bad little shield. Another broadsword. Let's see what it is. And we'll actually check those other 2 as well, the halberd as well. Broadsword, 2 socket. Radish, 2 socket. Halberd, 2 socket. Grain scepter's not gonna have it. Flawless diamond, we will pick that up. Someday we might need a flawless diamond. Oh, look at that little cap. Let me grab that too. We don't need the cap for anything, but it's one more unique. It's a cute little cap too. Little Biggins bonnet. Not a bad. I mean, it's not particularly good, but I just thought it was fun. Better named items in the game. Tower shield, jewel, don't need it. Throw our potions back in. Hunter's bow, bastard sword. Flail, scepter. So now I'm starting to keep an eye out for the actual shield. Just because I'm kind of tired of looking for different things. We'll pick up that long sword. That might have 4 sockets on it. 1 socket. Lockable axe. That would be great if that was 4 sockets. 3 sockets.
I need mana.
Excuse me. Mask. 3 socket mask wouldn't be bad if we happen to pick up one of those. Just 2 sockets. And that looks like all it is for round 5. So not as much. I mean, we still got 2 for 2 different socketed items on here, socketed swords. So that was nice. We got a 3 and a 2. So don't abandon all hope yet, but it looks like we're going to have to do a few more runs to try to get our 4 socket helm. Let's put Biggins' bonnet away. Like I said, surprising number of uniques popping along through here. Throw that up there. I don't know why I picked up that quilted armor. Don't need it. Go back here. Over to Act 4, stock up on potions and a book.
What do you need?
Throw the book in here. Good enough. And back to Act 1. There we go. Round 6. Let's go to the right this time. And to the left this time. Scythe, heavy crossbow. Not what we need. Cudgel. A helm. We'll at least pick up the helm. I think we might already have that helm. I don't remember.
Not enough mana.
To
It's locked.
Oh, I'm out of keys. Maybe we'll keep an eye out for a key, just so we can pick up more. There's a key right there. Kite shield. Military pick. Crossbow. Skull. Another broadsword. And a little short warbow. I think that is an Arctic warbow. Which I don't think we really need, but we will come back for that broadsword though. That could be our 4-socket broadsword. Okay, where you at, broadsword? Come on, 4 sockets. What's in there? Oh, right, our helm. But 3 socket. Come here, short warbow. You're not gonna fit in there. Pike, we'll go ahead and pick up that pike. Mana. Oh, I don't have enough room for that. We'll come back and get that in a second. 4, 3. Heavy boots, pot, military pick, axe, short spear, scythe. I don't think that scythe can actually drop 4 sockets. Maybe it can. Pick it up and find out. 2 sockets. Bone shield, we'll check that for 2 sockets again, in case we ever need a 2-socket bone shield. One socket. Splint mail, don't need it. Healing potion, spear mask, blah 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 blah. Spear healing battle time. Stop. Nothing so far. Assess this. Kind of surprised we haven't dropped any just plain old normal swords either. But that's the way it goes. Great axe. Don't need it. Hunter's bow. Wolfhead club. Nothing in there. I don't know what I just picked up, but I don't need it. Definitely don't want those. Green Scepter, jewels. I'll have to remember if I ever need jewels for stuff like that. Just come back here and farm some cows. I get 2-3 jewels per round. Antlers, sapphire. That's it. But still, we got another one. I think we got 2 again on that one. Maybe just 1. And an Arctic set, so that's always kind of nice. Switch over here. And the helm, I'm not sure if we have the helm already. Berserker's headgear, do we already have that? No. We have Eisenhart. Cool, stock up. Head out for round 7. Again in normal. Got the leg. More potions.
Greetings.
Grab those, put that and that in here. And let's grab a key too. And were they soldiers? I mean, if you're asking how they got their weapons, I don't know. It's a good question. Asking the real questions here. But whoever armed them didn't bother to give me any shields. So I'm really good with shields. Let's go to the right again. We haven't gone to the right as much as we've gone to the left. So. Next time, to the right. Or the left. Oops. Spirit of Battle Staff. I don't know why I teleport over to those. I have telekinesis. I could just pop them from further away. Lots of cows in here. But will one of you have my sword? Evidently the king will not. Grab that small charm, might be something.
I am overburdened.
Mana pots, junk. Nobody in there had a sword. But you did have a small charm. Superior giant sword. Not quite what we're after. Rings. Superior trident. Tower shield. Gnarled staff. Dead rogues. So far bad luck on this particular one. No swords at all. Okay, there is a superior broadsword. So if we take that over to Larzuk, that will give us 4 sockets. So we will finish up this round of cows, and then we're just going to take that over to Larzuk. If we don't get what we need here, Larzuk will give it to us. It'll be an unfortunate use of a socket quest, but it's not the end of the world. We'll have 2 more, and we can always pick another character. It takes maybe what, like 3 hours or something? 2 hours for me. Sorry, 2 hours, 3 hours for me.
I can't.
To make a new character that can get a new socket quest. Poison damage, attack rating. Let's check out that scythe and see if it's 4. Nope. Plus, who knows when the next time is that we would actually get something that we want to use our socket quest for. This is as good a use as any, I suppose. Now I say that, and then you watch. As soon as we use it, a 4 socket sword will die. It's just the way it goes. Trident. Ooh. There's also a crystal sword, which I think if I'm going to waste a socket quest on something, I'd rather do a crystal sword just because it looks so much nicer to use. We'll do the crystal sword. Kite shield. Nothing. Skullcap topaz. You know, we are sufficiently high enough level right now that we don't actually need our spirit right this instant. Maybe what we'll do is we'll hold on to our crystal sword. We'll go through the rest of at least Act 1 Nightmare. Just kind of killing stuff as we go, see if we happen to drop a 4-socket sword along the way, and maybe even into some of Act 2. Right, until we start to see, like, maybe there's a better item we want to put on, or like our damage starts suffering a little bit. Like right now we're doing okay, so we'll keep it in case we need it if we don't find anything better along the way, and that way we at least have a chance of saving our socket quest. So let's put this back to players 1, and now we will hop over back into Nightmare. We will keep our crystal sword. By the way, I found this nice glowing orb the other day, which is not good enough to use because it doesn't have any FCR, but essentially 5 to Lightning Mastery or 5 to Hydra is pretty neat, so I just kept it because it was kind of cute. Put that here, put our gloves back on, and just stash the sword. We'll just hold on to it in case we happen to need it as we go. If we don't find anything better in our usual walking around, because we don't really have anything else right now, like, oh, I got to get rid of this. It's not going to get us to another breakpoint. It would be nice to have some more mana and a little bit more lightning res, because our actually 73 lightning res is pretty good. So it's not a huge problem yet. We can at least keep heading around. Let me make sure we're on players 1 so we don't just bite the dust. Hey, look at it, experience shrine. So we will keep an eye out for any kinds of socketed shields. Socketed swords, just because it's possible. But we won't go out of our way to farm them, since we do have a backup plan. Darkwood, wrong way.
Not enough mana.
Must be over here. Is it? Where does that road go? Must have split off somewhere.
I need mana.
There it is. Tamo Highland. I'm just gonna skip through most of this. Blade talents. Some mana pots. We will now start picking up those charms because they can be okay. Give us some life or something like that. Or a nice chunk of cold res is always good too. 23 cold res. We'll take that.
The monastery on Dariel's stronghold.
And Dariel's also the first, Nightmare and Dariel's kind of the first place that you might do some farming, because she's got some pretty okay drop tables. Now if I review my map layout, I don't remember, I know it's based off of this waypoint, but I don't know exactly which direction it goes. It must be this way. Hey, heavy belt. That'll add some more magic find for us. If we want it. I mean, at the moment, we don't really need it. Okay, now, I saw you guys had an aura. Somebody around here had to be giving me that aura. Who was it? Okay, never mind. Let's see, barracks are either left or straight. There it is. Jail 1 and 2 are straight.
It's long gone now.
Well, at least we got a waypoint. How'd our heavy belt go? 30. It takes 45 strength, which we don't have at the moment. We could swap the strength off. We would lose 21 fire res. Yeah, but I like 30 MF. Cool. So now I think we're up to 100 MF. Yep, solid 100 MF. 100 MF is enough to get the job done for pretty much any kind of magic finding that you might need to do. 200 or 300 is sort of a nice sweet spot. They do have diminishing returns, but you know, the balancing act is more how fast can you kill stuff. You don't want to trade good items that'll help you kill things fast just to get some more MF. Okay, jail 2 is also going to be straight, which will be off in this direction. Or at least the entrance will be straight. Looks like it's not going to be like dead straight. Maybe it comes over here and turns up to the right. Maybe it goes the other way and turns up to the right. There it is. 3, I don't have any clue what 3 does, so I'll just kind of explore around 3. Nothing yet in 3. potions. Not bad. Where are you, exit? Over here? There you are. Inner cloister. We'll head back and stock up on some potions. I'm going to stash that belt just on the off chance that we ever need some fire res, because 21 fire res isn't the worst thing in the world. Go over here, pick up some more potions.
Good day.
We'll have to come back one more time before we get to Andariel. Make sure those are okay. Usually there's a handful of unique monsters in here. I know there's one out here on the end, but I think he's cold immune. Yeah, he's cold immune. And lightning immune, so we have basically no way to hurt that guy, so skip him.
This place chills me to the bone.
Couple of different uniques over here. We'll pick up that battle scythe too, because that could be 4 open socket for our mercenary. And actually, if it were ethereal and 4 open socket, that would be perfect for our mercenary. But I don't think it is. Nope, just ethereal. There's catacombs too. So we definitely want the waypoint down here in catacombs too, because we could very well end up coming back to do some farming in Andariel. Plus it kind of tells us, oh no, the waypoint's broken. I think if we go back and then come in, it'll be fixed. Yeah, there we go. Now we go right of the waypoint to find our exit down to level 3. Unraveler head is pointless for us, but we found 3, and there's not really any way to know where to go for 4, so we'll just kind of poke around. At least I don't know of any way to go for 4. Mana pots. Yes, please. Sure, we'll grab some scrolls too. I don't think that's the exit over here.
Not enough mana.
How about up here? That looks promising. Cool. There's 4. Restock here. All kinds of stuff out here. Blade. Wow. Junk drops. Well, actually, a rare ring and a rare amulet. Those are not necessarily junk drops. But what we want to do is make sure that we bug Andariel. And by bugging Andariel, it's pretty easy, but what it does is it guarantees that each time we kill Andariel, she always will drop her, what are called her quest drops, which are her better set of drops. So we go east, and we save and exit, and there you go. Now she is quest bug dropped, or just bugged.
Hello.
Hi, Jared.
Now that I'm done. Greeting.
Which, just to double check, we're gonna go kill her one more time. If she drops gold, then we failed. But I'm pretty sure I did that right.
Yes.
Let's see if she gave us a good ring or ammy. Not really. Not really. Neither one of those were very good.
Not here.
But let's just go over there one more time and double check. So what we're looking for is not gold. We just don't want her to drop gold. Cool. She is Questra. Perfect. Actually got some nice boots there from her too. So 100 MF on a quest bugged and Ariel. We can get some decent equipment from that. We don't need it. But Tear Haunch are nice. 20 fast to run walk. If you're a paladin, they give you +2 to vigor, 5 strength, 5 dex. All res 10. Very nice. Juanin's belt, also. It's not terrible. We just don't really need it for anything. The prevent monster heal can potentially be useful if you're not doing very much damage or you're fighting somebody that has a lot of regen on them. Prevent monster heal can be nice. We will go ahead and grab our mercenary, but I need to check what the mercenary is that we need. Act 2 merc. We need the Holy Freeze. We need a defensive mercenary.
I bet you won.
I don't want to resurrect anybody. We need the highest level defensive. Hazel's 43. Laharis is 46. I think we'll go with Laharis is 46. Cool. So that will give us a Holy Freeze aura, which hopefully we'll be able to keep that guy alive long enough that we can make use of the Holy Freeze aura. We'll give him, let's see, he needs a weapon, an armor, and some helm, a helm. Let's see. Oh yeah, the weapon that you're going to get is definitely Razor Tine, because Razor Tine has slow target on it, which means if he manages to walk up and hit something, it will be vastly slowed, which is great. You need a helm, Eisenhardt, I think we'll give you Dusk Deep because it's got all res on it. And you need some armor. What kind of armor do I have? I guess Venom Ward. It'll max out your poison res, but otherwise it's a pretty junk piece of armor. I feel bad even giving him Venom Ward because it's just not very good armor.
I'll put that to good use.
Okay, Venom Ward it is, but we'll keep an eye out for any decent chunk of armor that he might be able to use. Right click to open. Huh, I did right click. Anyway. So all his res are nice. I mean the poison res will be nice because here and there is some actual decent poison res. He doesn't do junk for damage, but we don't want him for damage. He's going to slow stuff, he's going to survive, and he's going to give us his aura. And that's pretty much all we need Laharis for. We'll go get an extra skill point down here. Let's see, sewers, I don't have any indicator of which way to go here. Wow. Forgot how hard those guys hit. This is where the fire res kind of hurts. Because those were all fire enchanted. Whatchamacallits? Laharis, over here. Don't get yourself killed. There you go. There's your aura. That's the one that we want.
Not enough mana.
gotta be careful that we don't walk right into those groups, because now we're starting to get to the point where we're not at all under-leveled, we're doing fine as far as the level goes, but the monsters are significantly stronger. I think we'll give ourselves through Act 2 to find the sword. And if we don't find our sword by the time we're done with Act 2, we will go back to Nightmare, or sorry, Normal, and we will socket quest that thing. Got a mask. And just to double check, yeah, we're still on the first one. The reason that sword is so important too is not because it gives, I mean it does give faster cast rate. It will just about double our mana, or at least increase by 30% our mana, but more importantly it gives +2 to skills, and sorceress skill levels are really important. There's just so much that'll help us. The follower is Laharis. He's an Act 2 mercenary, and he's got that nifty little blue aura on under his feet, which is called the Holy Freeze aura, and when things get close to him, they slow down. And since I have teleport, I can kind of place him where I need him, and it'll just slow everything in that area, which is nice. He's also got a weapon that we gave him that slows targets. So on, for example, a boss like particularly Bale, if Bale gets hit with a Holy Freeze aura and a slow target, it almost just completely shuts him down. Like, he just can't. It actually will break his casting frames if he has like 50 slow targets, something like that, where he just will not be able to cast anything. It actually breaks his animation. But it makes everything a lot safer. So when I teleport around like this, I have to worry a little bit less about getting into a situation where everything surrounds me, and just puts me into a stun lock or something like that. I will typically have enough time to escape with Laharis on. The only downside to Laharis is he's not very strong. So a couple of hits to him, if I can't teleport him out of danger fast enough, he'll just get crushed. Which you'll see that being more of a problem like later on in maybe Act 3. Anywhere there's a lot of ranged enemies, Laharis tends to get hit pretty hard. Which comes a lot in Act 3 because there's those little pea shooter guys, as well as Act 4. There's some pretty nasty stuff in Act 4 that'll hurt Laharis. Hey, look at that. There's our soul rune. So eventually, when we want to put together Laharis' weapon, we now have the soul rune that we need. Let's see if Laharis can kill that guy. Let's help him out with static field. Get him, Laharis. So you can see the guy that he was hitting, he wasn't doing a lot of damage, but he was just basically locked up the whole time. He was slowed from the weapon and slowed from the aura, so Laharis was pretty safe even though Laharis wasn't doing a lot of damage. So he's able to chip away on those. Now that there are those characters, or those enemies that I can't damage because they're both, primarily cold immune, Laharis has a decent chance of being able to kill some of those guys and not die himself. And so we're down here in the sewers. We are looking for Radamant. Where are you at, Radamant? Maybe off in this direction? No. Because when we eventually kill Radamant, he will drop a book That'll give us +1 to skills. Where are you? Must be over in this direction. There he is. So for example, let's see if you can kill Radamant. You can see how slow Radamant is moving here. Which is good, because Laharis isn't exactly fast either. Now it's like a fight between two things who will slow people, because Radamant is cold enchanted, but Laharis is doing okay. We'll just keep pumping him full of potions. You got this, Laharis. Get him, buddy. I don't think I even have, yeah, everything, every piece of damage that I would do is cool. I guess we can at least sit here and stun Radamant, which would speed up the fight mildly.
I need mana.
Till I run out of mana. And now it's all on you, Lars. You can do it, buddy. Almost got him. Nice. Well done. You've earned your keep. Let's see. I think we're okay on Cold Mastery. It's to 65, so we'll just keep dumping into Frozen Orb.
Good day.
We did pick up a mask, too.
What a
Cathans?
misguided monster.
Gathans, however you want to pronounce it. Not that good. I mean, 20 mana and 25 cold res, if you find that when you're level 11, is great. But for us, the skills are more important, so we're definitely going to keep our Lore Helm on. Move these around, and now we are going to cruise around in Act 2 for a while. Repair everything, grab some potions.
How do I know I can? Welcome to my shop.
Stock up. We'll drop off these gems. We'll up the diamonds really quick. There's another thing that you can do. If you just collect a bunch of flawless, you can run around Act 1 in normal and try to find a bunch of gem shrines and up them that way. I'm far too lazy to do something like that. We don't really have any pressing need to get them in.
Not enough mana.
Hey, look at that, a Lumrune. Nice. Lumrune, that could be our next upgrade on armor. When we switch over to our Spirit Shield, then it'll be slightly less necessary to have faster cast rate coming from our stealth. Probably still want it. But it does give us the ability to make a smoke armor. And smoke has a bunch of res. Which actually, maybe we'll just make that anyway. And give it to Laharis so that he has more res. It's not at all a bad armor for Laharis to have. So we'll keep an eye out for a 2-socket armor. And we'll make a smoke out of that. Let's see, it is 11 o'clock my time. I gotta keep an eye on the clock so that we can take Winston out for his walk. And Mir. I think Mir is around somewhere. He's lurking, as Mir does. That's a lot of lightning. Our lightning res is pretty good though, so I'm not terribly worried about lightning damage. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. The other really nice thing about being a sorceress is that if Laharis gets into trouble, unlike a lot of characters, we can just teleport him out of danger. So that helps keep him alive quite a bit too. Alright, we do need to get down into the maggot layer sooner or later. We might as well just poke around while we're over here since that exit is so close. We can always bring our waypoint back. And go from there. So for example, all of that lightning in there does a lot of damage to Laharis, but I can scoop him out of there with teleport and kind of place him where I need him.
I need mana.
Do you? Why didn't you say something? I've never heard you say anything. Itchies. Linked name. I want to try to use some fairly low requirement armor because I'm gonna potentially want to wear that same armor later.
Not enough mana.
So it'll be something like a hard leather armor. One mild downside of Laharis' aura is that when you get close to stuff, it does cold damage in a big radius, and so that can occasionally set off somebody's damage, like their sparks or something will go off. There's our maggot layer. Okay, maggot layer 1 and 2 are both off to the right. Thull rune, sure. War boots. So, we're going in this way, so we're going to tend to look towards the upper right and hope that our
I need mana.
exit is up there somewhere. Frozen Orb is very well set up for the maggot layer too, because everything is in a line already, so you just throw an orb out there. That kills pretty much everything. As long as we don't get stuck in a pack somewhere without any mana. Here's level 2. Probably gonna have to go back to town here eventually. Grab some more potions.
Not enough mana.
Is it a level up there? That's nice. Those 4 mana pots from that guy might be enough to keep us going. Normally I wouldn't pick up an Eld rune. We only need like 2 because there are so few rune words that need Eld. But it sure is annoying to go look for an Eld rune if you don't have one. Like it's an oddly difficult rune to find. Although I suppose we could always just run normal Countess and probably find them. Actually, I've just convinced myself we don't need an Eld rune.
Not enough mana.
Here's maggot 3, and I thought I'd be able to just go straight across here. Hang in there, Laharis. So that was enough lightning damage you saw there that it eventually was starting to do some damage to Laharis, but we were able to get him out of there. That would definitely do it. So somebody in here had... Looks like the Cold Worm has it. He's got a lower res aura on, which would definitely be there. Look at Cold Worm, like he can't even move. He's so slow right now. I love it. Okay, Loris. Let's get you back to town before that poison kills you.
The stuff. Stay a while and listen.
Hello.
Thank you, Farah. Dump that in here. Let's see. Go ahead and repair. Grab some more
Nothing the
potions.
right potion can't cure.
Drop off our Lum rune. We should have plenty of Nefs. Yeah, those are Nef runes. Put our Thul rune in here. Boy, our stash is just so ugly right now. Very disorganized. Okay, so we just want to get all the way through the Lost City. There's nothing in the Lost City other than giant groups of monsters like that that we would want to kill. Row room, just pick up a row room. I think we're pretty much done. Picking up the lower level rooms because we just don't have any need for it right now. I mean, I say that and then watch for some reason sooner or later I'm gonna want one. Check out here for our exit. Winston is starting to become restless. Oh, I thought that was our exit. Let's see, where else could it be? Maybe over here on the left.
I need mana.
I mean, there's a waypoint. It's always nice.
Not enough mana.
Really? We came in over there? Did I miss it somewhere? Where are you? Oh, up there probably.
I need mana.
What a strange little map. Valley of the Snakes, Claw Viper Temple.
I sense strong
Just says we have to go
magic in
left.
this place.
I don't really know which way this corresponds to coming in. It looks like it's pointed down that way, so we'll head off to what would be the left
enough
for
mana.
that. Apparently I thought wrong. I guess it could still be to the left up here.
I need mana.
Maybe off in this direction here. Serpent skin armor. That would be a perfect 2-socket armor for what we're trying to do with Laharis right now. It'd be good for me because I could eventually wear it. And ooh, it's Eth. Too bad. Grand Charm, we'll pick that up. Could definitely have some decent res on it.
Not enough mana.
We're still keeping that eye out for 4-socket sword. Like I said, we're going to go through Act 2 without it. But then when we get to Act 3, if we haven't found it by the time we get to Act 3, we're going to go back to Larzek and just make ourselves a sword. Just about ready to head back to town here because we are out of potions.
Good evening.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Cool. So it looks like I was right in the sense of what was the orientation of the entrance tile. Or maybe I was completely wrong. I thought it was going to be over here. Hey, there's a longsword. Maybe that'll be 4 open sockets. And 1 trash. Small charm could definitely be helpful. Yeah, so Claw Viper Temple was supposed to be to the left. How is that to the left? I guess I just don't understand the orientation of that tile. Because that's supposed to be straight. Well, whatever. We'll try to remember. Just sit up here and kill Fangskin because I don't really want to mess with his aura.
I can't carry anymore.
And that'll give us our... Oh, there's actually another large charm up there. Here's our amulet. Tower shield. And now we are headed off to the Arcane Sanctuary.
Hello, the vibe. I've been. Stay a while and listen.
It is an honor to serve you.
Junk, 1 to 6, 2 mana. That's a nice... Oh wait, that was already our charm. But there's a nice 11 cold res charm. We'll take that. Do we have one that we can trash? Yeah, we don't need faster hit recovery. That's still a nice charm. Faster run walk I like. We're gonna dump this one too, just because we don't really need poison res. And we're trying to make some room. Because we don't want to hold everything forever.
Good day.
Grab these, go talk to Drognin over here. Drognin will let us into the palace. We will skip right through the palace, which is one of the joys of being a sorceress. Excuse me, thank you. Don't overshoot. So the great thing is all of these exits are over in the corner. Mildly annoying when you're not a sorceress, just because you have to kind of work your way through the maze. But when you are a sorceress, you just skip over the whole thing. And then right into the middle. There is a unique ability. Let's go ahead and kill that. Light-plated boots could potentially
I am
be
overburdened.
a good drop. Don't need the rest of that.
This place actually distorts reality.
All 4 of these directions are nothing but guesses. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, they're not that great anyway. They're okay. But they're F, so we're not going to use them. Okay, let's try up and to the right. I'm only killing stuff in here because of the off chance that they could drop the sword that we need. And the ghosts anyway have good drop tables for runes, so we could always pick up a nice rune. And hey, look at that. We got a first way. But I have an itchy nose, so I have to pull back for a minute. Boy, it's packed up there. Ta-da!
Seek.
Okay. We could definitely do some leveling in Canyon of the Magi. It's pretty nice out here. We need a triangle tomb, which is going to be kind of over here to the right. I mean, like, look at these boss groups. Just hanging out. Stay in there, Lahas. You got this. That was 3 boss groups sitting right there. I dig it. I dig it. Mana pot. 3 boss groups and trash drops from all 3. Interesting how that works out. Okay, so Tal's tomb is to the left. So this is the straight direction that we're heading right now. But with all of those good little monsters sitting over there, take care of killing them. Gotta be mildly careful when you're teleporting too. This is another place where, like that, Laharis's aura can save us. Because you can just end up right in a pack of, what is that, 30 or 40 monsters sitting there, and they all take a swing at you. But Laharis has his aura, and it affects all of them. There's a potential armor for him too, that Kurios. Put that Kurios on, however you pronounce it. Grab these. Check that pole axe too. 2 socket. Laharis needs a 4 socket pole arm, so we're keeping an eye out for a 4 socket pole arm. Put some more vitality in there, another frozen orb. Keep on keeping on. That flawless skull is a little bit hard to come by, so we'll keep on that. Oops. Not bad, not bad. There's our way into Duriel. Let's get our thing out. Let's see, is this any good? Wow, that is garbage. My standards were low and it didn't even meet those. Just making sure yeah, we're still at 65 FCR. Put these in here on the off chance that Duriel kills us, because he could. So you can see how slow Duriel is. That's because Laharis got a hit off on him. So he's slowed not only because of Laharis's aura, but because Laharis hit him once. Pretty trash drops altogether from Duriel there. Alright, so we are going over to Act 3, but not really, because we're going to go back to normal and socket that crystal sword. I don't need to talk to any of these people. Just need to talk to Jaren. And hop on over to Mashif, and he'll take us over to Act 3.
Good day.
Skip the cinematic. I didn't actually know. I installed a glide driver, which is apparently giving us those cinematics. Not a bad little mace. I mean, it's got dual leech on it, but dual leech is pointless when you're level 15 because you're not doing any damage. So, we don't really need it. And actually, I don't think Heralti sells plain stuff. Everything is magic. I think we would have to go back to normal to get things that are not magic, just plain old socketed.
You now, yes.
Oh, yeah, I can't identify that. Junk. And junk. Stock up on these. And pots again. Stash our skull. And now we're going to grab the sword. I think we're pretty much done with this belt. I'm going to move the belt over to here just because it can be... I've got kind of a couple of nice pieces of starter equipment in case we ever want to start a new character.
Hello.
Alright, and I'm going to mildly cheat here. Simply because I am not confident in my ability to know for sure whether or not this is going to get 4 sockets. So we're going to take all of Marie Curie's stuff and put them over here. Alright, we're going back to normal, and we're going to go over to Larzek. We're going to socket this thing.
What do you need?
Add sockets. Cool. Got 4 sockets. And now I'm going to carefully look up exactly what that rune word is. Rune words. 110. Spirit. Sorry for the bump there. Talthal Ort Am. And now fingers crossed we get 35 FCR on this. So Talthal Ort Am. Talthal Ort Am. 4 sockets. Talthal Ort Am. Wow. The absolute worst roll that we can get. 25 FCR. Absolute trash. Still really nice though. Beats what we've got by quite a bit. Because it did roll 103 mana, which is okay, but more importantly, it's got that +2 to skills. So that will replace this, and we're just going to throw that away because we'll never go back to that. I'm keeping that just because it's cute. You know, little one that I keep. Look at that sword that we're walking around with. Nice. Repair stuff. So the +2 to skills is so great because it affects everything, and we use so many different skills. So it ups our cold mastery by 2, so now it's 75% pierce instead of 65. More damage to our frozen orb, which primarily only increases its damage through levels. The frozen armor freezes for slightly longer, which is great, and we don't have to recast it as much. Static field goes further, right? It's 12 yards instead of 10. Teleport, well, okay, that one didn't help because it's, you know, just a mana cost thing. But really nice to get plus skills. And since we're here, we'll go back and see if we can grab some 2-socket armor from Charcy.
Yes.
Or from somebody over in Act 2. So that we can make a smoke and give it to Laharis. Who would have it here? I think either Elzix or Farah would have it in Act 2.
Greetings.
1 socket. Ring armor, superior ring armor requires 36 strength. That would be okay. I don't have a problem with using ring mail for it. So now we're going to put a Neff and a Lum in there. Let me double check first. Diablo 2 rune word generator. I just want to make sure that there's nothing else that we may have needed. Using at least 1, deselect all, Lum rune. Oh, actually, I think we might want to keep that Lum rune because I think we can upgrade stuff with a Lum rune. Let's find out. All armor and all weapons. Let's see. We can make a beast if we don't need beast. Lionheart, memory, oath, smoke is the one I'm interested in, splinter. Stone is pretty good. No, it's not. And wrath. Okay, so we don't need any of those, but let me double check the cube recipes to see if any of the cube recipes will upgrade stuff that we might want to upgrade. So we can use a soul rune to upgrade weapons, a shale rune to go from a normal armor to a unique armor. We do need a lum rune to upgrade weapons, but at the same time, we don't need any weapons to upgrade, so I think we can skip that because we're not going to need it anytime soon. I think we're okay using our lum rune for smoke. Where is our Neff? And where is our lum? So all res plus 50 is great. That's really going to help Laharis, and the 20 faster hit recovery also helps. But someday we might actually want to wear that, like when we go into Hell difficulty. That plus 50 all res, we might end up taking that back off of Laharis to wear for ourselves. Pop back over into Nightmare. Now we can go into Act 3. I think we've got enough time to get a little bit of Act 3 done. It's 11:30. We got to stop around like maybe 12 or so for Winston and Mir to go outside and go walk and get lunch and eventually get back to grading. I do need to start grading again. So we're up to 70 FCR. We could potentially get another 10 if we keep re-rolling that spirit. That could get us up to 80, but even that is not going to help. I swear that the new version had breakpoints on there. I wonder what it is that is causing us to not have any breakpoints. Anyway, the next breakpoint I think is 105. For faster cast rate, we're nowhere near that, so I'm not worried about getting some faster cast rate here. So the Act 3 maps work on blocks. I am not particularly good at locating or identifying one block versus another block, but we'll give it a shot. Jade figurine, grab
I
that.
don't sense any magic about this item.
Breastplate. That rune sword, I better not have 4 of the sockets on it. Good. Alright, so if this is indeed a block... Oh, sorry, Lars. It looks like the other blocks are on the other side. So we're looking for turnoffs on 3 and 5. If I had to guess what block I'm on right now, that looks like block 1, that looks like block 2. It looks like I'm somewhere in between block 2 and 3, like this is probably block 3. So let's hop over to the other side. Here's a little turnoff. Let's see if this is going to take us to another map, or just a little random area. Looks like a little random area. But there could be a waypoint for the arachnid layer down, or sorry, spider cavern. So we will check the area out. Experience shrine always helps. Looks like there's nothing down here. So I'm going to skip over block 4, which was that, and now look up here for block 5. We'll see if there is anything of interest in block 5 as far as the turnoff goes. I guess the turnoff would actually have to be on the other side since all of these blocks are here. So we should really be checking not this side, but the other side. For a turn off. So let's double check our block 3 down here. See if there's a turn off. No. Which I think therefore means we have to go straight in order to get out of here. That should also tell us where the spider cavern is, which ought to be back on like block 1. Oh wait, this is block 5, that's a turn off. Spider flares, Great Marsh. Let's check straight, because I would rather not go all the way out into the Great Marsh if it turns out that the flare jungle is actually just straight off of the spider forest. So we'll poke around up here, kill some stuff. Since we've got our experience shrine on right now, we'll be killing stuff. See that? That would have sucked if we had gone through the Great Marsh only to find out that it was a dead end. Although it may end up reconnecting back here somewhere. But thank goodness. Oh, look at that. Jidbin is right here too. We are making quick work of Act 3. We might be able to get all the way through Act 3. Because that's pretty unusual to find all of that stuff. We do, however, need a waypoint. And just to avoid potentially dying and then having to come all the way back out here, we're going to drop a town portal next to the Flare dungeon. Go try and find a waypoint either in the Flare jungle or maybe we'll just skip right on past the Flare jungle, because it's not like we need to come back. Let's do that. Oh, look at that. Waypoint. Alright, we'll hop back down and go through the Flare dungeon, which is going to be off to the left. There we go. And now this is also to the left, so it's sort of up and to the left here. And now we're gonna pop around down here. Just kind of head out over to the corners, because I don't know any of these maps that well. I need some more pots. We're just gonna walk now so that I don't accidentally run anything. Cool. There is the brain. We kill Witch Doctor because he's a nice little double drop, but we don't need any of that.
Back in Lootcon, never.
Thank you, thank you.
This is
Yes, I know.
you.
And now we're gonna pop out into Spider Forest real quick, so that we can look for. That's a pretty nice ring. That's a ton of mana on it. Man, I wish that it. So this is an example where if we had just gotten a better roll on our spirit sword, we could have trashed one of these 2 rings. But right now we need all of that FCR, so we have to keep those rings. But we're definitely going to hold on to that ring, because it's dual res, it's okay res, and then it's a ton of mana, which will help us as we go. So I'm going to take that, and we're just going to stash that there. And hope to goodness we come across some more. Let's see, can we make another one? Here's our Thull. Here's our Am. Here's our Tau. We don't have an Ort rune in there right now. We keep an eye out for another Ort rune. Oh yeah, we do. We have another one. Tul, Thull, Ort, Am. Tal, Thull, Ort. That's an L. Did I not pick up the Ort? This one. So we do have enough to make another spirit. So when we come across another sword, we're going to make another one. Try to get a little bit better than absolute bare bones spirit. So we're coming back out here to check on the spider cavern, because it's got another body part in it that we need. There's the eye. And we'll kill sorc over here. Oh, he is really powerful. Hard leather armor, we don't need that. Oh, right. We'll take our jade figurine and drop that off too. Because that'll give us 20
Good day.
life.
Hello.
We are rocking Act 3. This is great. We are cruising through Act 3.
Well, praise you.
And then maybe what we'll do is we'll come back after lunch, since I've got some time today. And we might do some Mephisto farming. We're up to 50, which I think we'll be able to handle Mephisto fairly well. There's our potion. Hop back out to the Flare Jungle. And keep heading up to... Let me see if I can figure out what this map looks like. Figure out how we gotta get out of here. Looks like we gotta go off in that direction. Maybe not. Maybe over here and then up. Gotta say, the Flare Jungle is such a great place to level up. Like, the density out here is crazy. Let's go ahead and dump that. Dump that. We're nearing maxing out our frozen lake. Can you take on Gut Drinker? Yep. Not a problem for Laharis. Thanks, buddy. Cool. War axe. I dig it. I like all these uniques we're finding along the way. Lower Carest. Just skipping right on through. Nothing here that we need. But we will look for... Where's the exit? I guess I just didn't go far enough up to the top. Ah, yes. There it is. Cool. Cool. Put that on. So, Cross Bazaar. We're keeping an eye out for those dungeons where, what's her name will be? Serena? Battle Maid Serena. Because if we get inside there and defeat Serena, which is pretty easy to do, she will drop a book that will give us... Wow, they're fast. There goes Serena. Actually, okay, so Serena doesn't drop it, but right next to her is the thing that'll drop it.
I am overburdened.
No, you're not.
I can't carry anymore.
Really? Okay. And now we will hop back out. We do need to get down into the sewers so that we can find our last body part. Wow. That was really convenient. Usually we have to at least search a little bit. sapphire and some mana and some health. That was quite an act
Not
3
enough mana.
for someone who's not used to reading maps. Those were pretty good maps. Cool. And now we just skip through all of this and we go find Upper Karast, go all the way through Upper Karast, over into the traveling hole. Oh, don't die. I want to kill this. I don't know who saved us there, whether it was Laharis or my frozen armor, but we definitely needed it right there. Grab our waypoint. Just like that. Hey, look at that foul rune. Nice.
I need
Ironically, foul rune, I believe, is the other rune that we need to do the upgrade with the lum. Is it? No. Okay, good. Pull rune is the other one that we need. I don't think foul will actually help us with anything in particular. I think there's a handful of rune words that need a foul rune that could end up helping us out. Chaos, famine, gloom, kingslayer, lionheart, obedience. That's it. So if we can pick up a hell and a ko, obedience is a really nice mercenary rune word. But that's one that we would want to wait on, because we would want to put that into a good base. We don't have a good base right now. But we'll keep the foul rune.
You have, yes?
What am I doing? Oh yeah, Latmassim goes to Alcor. Let's go over to Alcor,
You have found what do you need?
which gave us 5 more stat points. So we're doing better on life. We're up to 637. We are still way too low to go into hell, but we've still got plenty of axe to go into hell. Rake Scar? Yeah, kind of meh. It's the best I can say about it. Other than we need it, because we're collecting stuff. Body part, body part.
I can't.
Oops, don't pick that up. Stock up on some potions. We're gonna kill the council, because they have okay drops. Stash that sapphire and the ruby too. Actually, we've got. Let's not transmute it right now, since we've got all that other stuff in there. We've got enough to transmute both the sapphire and the ruby eventually. So these guys have a tendency to kill our mercenaries pretty fast because they throw up those hydras. And the hydras, for whatever reason, do extra damage to mercenaries. I don't know if that was like the idea, but it's what they do. So we just keep kind of popping around
Temple's
here
power is annulled.
to make sure that they can't get a strong hit off on Laharis. Emerald, topaz. We do want to start collecting some topaz, which I think I'm going to leave that topaz as flawless, and then actually do that thing that I was talking about earlier, where we go cruise Act 1 later in order to up that to a perfect. What's that gem? Health Shrine. Okay, so Durance 1 is to the left. So we will generally head to the left relative to the way that we came in. That is not left, that is stuck. Sure does look like there's something else out there. Cool, here's 2. We have to find both the exit here. It is straight to get us out, and then we also need to find the waypoint, because we will definitely come back and do some Nightmare Mephisto farming. Nothing over here. Could it be over here? No. Might be up there. No. So now I'm just kind of looking for a little bit of everything. The waypoint's got to be somewhere. So we're keeping an eye out for that. This area gets so big on Nightmare and even bigger on Hell. Oh,
Not enough mana.
did you? Oh, I think I drank a health pot. Looks like it's going to be over on the other side, over here. Massive area. It would really suck to try to explore this without teleporting. Boy, I guess they're both sitting over here, which would actually be really nice if both level 3 is right there, and if that's our waypoint, that's a great map. But it's not. So we're gonna wander over there and set a town portal. And now we're gonna stare at our map and try to figure out, let's see, if that's going in, that needs to be right. So the entrance to the waypoint, where are you? Could be any one of those. I don't think I missed anything right there. Sure does look like it was that one back there, doesn't it? Well, we'll check the middle. But otherwise, I may have actually missed it on one of these. It sure does look like I explored all three, but like this one, and this one. All three of those look like they could be waypoints. But it could be one of those weird waypoints that kind of sits in the center that's somehow technically off to the right. I think I just must have missed it on one of these. Not that one. Not that one. And we're going to have to, unfortunately, lose our town portal so that we can get some more potions. And it's not there either. Okay, so now I'm confused. We missed a small spot over there. But I don't see how it could. It'd have to be like a weird, like, kind of wraparound area over here. It is. Of course it is. Okay, so that's a pretty trash map. So if we're going to farm Mephisto, we would come back and reset this map until we get one that is far better than what we've got here. So we'll take care of the council in here, and this one over here, just because they can occasionally have okay drops, and particularly dangerous to us. And then we'll take on Mephisto. Ta-da! Nice. Rare amulet. We actually already found Biggin's bonnet, so we don't need one of those. Rare, unique Zweihander. Pike, crystal sword. We don't need any of those. Pretty good drops. That amulet could end up being pretty nice. Skip the cinematics. I think we'll wrap it up here. That was a nice Act 3.
Good to see you. It is good.
So what we'll probably do, depending on how I feel after lunch, I'd still have some grading to do, but I might do that later tonight. Come back to Act 4, go kill Ishwal to give us 2 more skill points. And then Nokuzen. Junk Amulet. Great fire res, but you know, at the moment we can't get rid of our... well, actually, we could potentially get rid of this one. It's got good, decent res on it. I guess we could probably still trash it. That is something to look out for. We should probably keep an eye out for an FCR amulet, because an FCR amulet would allow us to trash one of these rings and put that other nice ring on that's got some good res on it. So we should keep an eye out for an FCR amulet. That's not it, but we'll keep an eye on it. So yeah, maybe after I walk the boys, and I should probably clean up upstairs a little bit. It's a little bit dirty. Have some lunch. We might come back for some Mephisto farming. We'll get 2 more skill points from killing Ishwal, which will pretty much max out our frozen orb, which, as we saw a minute ago, it makes short work out of Mephisto, because we've got that extra 75% cold pierce on there too, which is great. Between that and static field, and Lahara's poking him every once in a while to slow him down. Very easy to take out Mephisto. And so the other thing we might end up doing, we have 3 flawless topaz. Yeah, just the 3. But we could take those back to Act 1 normal, and farm some gem shrines, turn those into 3 perfect topaz, and then put those 3 perfect topaz into a 3-socket helm, and that'll give us a pretty big boost to our magic find. That'll give us another 75 MF, which for farming purposes is fine. We don't need the lore for farming. So we could be in pretty okay shape for farming Mephisto later. But I think for now, we will wrap it up there. Yeah, and maybe we'll come back later this afternoon, maybe not. We'll have to see how the schedule goes. Let's check, is anybody else? Somebody else is on. I mostly only raid hashtag. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Maybe I'll see you a little bit later this afternoon. Maybe we'll see. I hope you have a good one. Stay safe out there. And we'll catch you around. Have a good one all.